I'm going out, I gotta go. I'll bang a rang on the radio. So turn it up, I'm telling you. I think I'm ready for something new. Hey, hello, it's nice to meet ya. Hey, come in and have a slice of pizza.
Hi, I'm Noelle, the host of Pop Punkin Pizza, and today I'm joined by Crash the Net. How are you guys?
Doing pretty good.
Good, good,
Doing pretty
good.
good.
Cool.
Some
I
good.
heard you guys played in Hamden, Connecticut on Valentine's Day, which is next to the pizza capital of the US, New Haven, which that's pretty cool. What's your guys' favorite kind of pizza?
So I would say mine this is probably gonna be a unpopular take. I like onion pizza, just onion.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
I like a New York pizza, but I like onion pepperoni usually or black
Yeah.
olives.
I think the more toppings that you add, it just kind of becomes a mess. I think you can tell the strength of a pizza place based off of its cheese pizza alone. But
Yeah.
if I'm getting
Yeah.
toppings, I like vegetables. I like mushrooms and stuff. Actually, that's kind of my favorite.
Okay.
It's funny you mentioned New Haven too, because that was when we went down there. We're all big pizza fans, so we went down there and we figured we'd stop
Yeah.
by New Haven to see if we could get some of like the big ones. Like we tried going to Sally's and the wait was 2 hours. So
Oh my
then we
God.
Pepe's and the line was like
Two
up the
hours.
street. And so we
Yeah.
went to what was that place called? We went to somewhere across the street that wasn't like one of the big ones, but they had
Hmm.
Neapolitan, like classic Italian pizza that was really good.
Yeah, it was.
But we got to get back down there. I wanna try Sally's and see what the big
Nice.
fuss is.
Order
Yeah.
in advance.
Yeah, seriously.
Cool. And can you guys talk about how you met each other and how the band started?
Well, me and Carter have been neighbors since we were both born. So
Okay.
so we've
Yep.
been
Wow.
friends, yeah, literally since the start.
Yep.
And then I met Seth on the first day of first grade, and
Wow.
I think he sat next to me on the bus
Yeah,
going to
I was
school.
really scared because I just fell into the first available seat, and it happened to be Tim
Yeah,
sitting there. So
Yeah.
that's kind of how guys become friends, and
yeah,
then it becomes a
Well,
lifelong.
yeah,
yeah.
that's how it works sometimes.
So we've all known each other like our whole lives.
That's awesome. So it was just fate. You were just
Yeah,
brought together.
pretty much.
Cool. So what was the first song you guys wrote together?
Oh no.
How technical do we want to get?
Oh no. All right. So because we're all like I'm turning 30 this year. We're all about 30 now. But
Hmm.
when we were younger, we played in a band that we called Fatal Force. And it was
Okay.
because Seth's dad was in an 80s like hair metal band and they called themselves Fatal Force. So
Yeah.
we used that name as an homage, which was very funny because we were getting up there and playing like Green Day and Sublime
Oh yeah.
and Blink-182 covers. So that was
Yeah.
when we were still in like middle school, high school, and
Hmm.
we really only ever did like covers most of the time. But
Okay.
the first song that we technically ever wrote
I don't even
under
know
the
if we should say that because
under
you
the
can find this. You can
under the
find this
Fatal Force,
online.
yeah, you can find this online
Like
still
this
if you look hard
exists.
enough.
Yeah.
Was called Warzone, and it was maybe the greatest song ever written, actually.
We wrote it
Okay.
Um,
well.
Now I'm gonna have to look it
so
up.
so you can find that on the deep web, but if we're gonna talk Crash the
Dark
Net,
web.
I think the first song we started writing was that.
It's Homeward Bound and
Oh
Empty-handed.
yeah, it
I
was
think from that
Homeward
album.
Bound and
Yeah.
Empty-Handed. Yeah, I think because a lot of it we started writing during COVID or like
Hmm.
right before COVID, which is because the album we ended up recording and it came out like early 2024. But a lot of the songs that were on it, like that's one of them. I think yeah, we wrote that, or he wrote that, and we started practicing it probably like 5 years before we even
Yeah.
recorded it. So I think
Okay.
that was the first one.
I had to wait for them to graduate college before we could start
Yeah,
playing music again.
yeah.
And COVID kind of just pushed that along.
Right, right. And what is your songwriting process? Do you write the music or the lyrics first?
What do you do?
Um, so many of these songs, I drive a lot. for
Mhm.
work, commuting, and things like that. And I'm not gonna lie to you, like 99% of this stuff is just I'm just bored and I'm singing in the
Yeah.
car, random lines, random melodies, things like that.
Yeah.
And whenever I stumble upon something that I'm like, wow, that maybe somebody would listen to that, I'll sometimes I'll pull over, sometimes I'll take my phone out and I'll like kind of record like a excuse me, I'll record like a little snippet essentially, and then I'll usually send it to these guys and be like, is this like worth pursuing, blah
Hmm.
blah blah. But that's kind of how I do it, honestly.
Yeah,
Okay.
we kind of have like a Blink 182 thing going a little bit. Like he'll write his songs and a lot like he'll sing his own songs, but then I'll write songs and I'll sing those ones. I think for me, I'd say most of the time the music comes first for me. I'll just be jamming on the guitar and I come up with something that I think
Okay.
sounds cool. And then I'll start, I'll kind of see what it feels like, the emotions from it, I guess, and then write
Hmm.
according to that. But every now and then I'll think of like random lines or just certain phrases or things that I want to write about, and the words will come first. But I find it easier to create lyrics based off the music first. It comes easier to me.
Okay. Interesting. And you released your first album in 2024 called Nothing to Lose, with everything on the line. And what was the idea behind the title of that album?
So I think that was your idea. You threw it out there.
I was just throwing things, and honestly, too, yeah, I'll be entirely real. I mean, that came from like somebody in a YouTube comment somewhere
Oh,
along the
really?
line, and I was like, oh, that's like a really cool like term of phrase, and I started like Googling it, and like nobody had said it before, and I'm like, wow, that's like a
Okay.
really cool thing. So shout out to whoever that was on YouTube. Um, I think I was watching like some kind of like old Fall Out Boy concert or something, and somebody like said something along those lines in the comments.
Okay.
I was like, wow, that's like pretty cool.
That's
It
so
almost sounds
I was like,
like
yeah,
a
I'm
Fall
super
Out Boy
pumped.
song,
I
or
know.
yeah.
like
So I
something
was
that
like, I
Fall
don't
Out
know.
Boy would
That's
say.
like that's pretty sweet. And I think we were already like jobbing like titles like back and forth. We were kind of like going like, oh, what would you think about this? And I was like, how
Hmm.
about this? And I think we all were just like, yeah, that works.
Yeah,
So
I think to me, what it means to me is that when we went into like the studio and recorded the album and released it, we didn't really have like these big plans or anything. Like if just our family and friends listened to it, we would have been happy because it was more
Hmm.
of a project because ever since we were kids, we just wanted to like record an album with our songs on it and we were finally
Right.
able to, we were lucky enough to have a friend who's a producer and he's awesome. So
Hmm.
I think to
That's
me
super
the
cool.
name is just kind of like, we have nothing to lose, but this is us. This is our song. This is who we are.
Yeah.
We're just kind of putting it all on the line.
It's also kind of fitting too because we recorded that whole album before we even played our first show under Crash the Net.
Okay.
So we put all our money
Nice.
into it and worked real hard and then
Yeah.
Yeah.
hoped for the best.
Yeah. And got a pretty good response, which we did not expect.
Yeah, that's awesome. And what was the process like of creating that album? Like, what were some of the major challenges of creating it, if any?
It was a blink.
Yeah. Like we recorded all the drums for the whole album in one day. Like
Okay.
It was a
Wow.
long day. It was a very long day.
That
I
I think
sounds
think
that
like
was
it.
13.
it was a
I
13
think
or
it was
14
13
hour day.
hours.
And that was
Whoa.
us getting
Yeah.
yelled at to get out of the studio.
Yeah.
We just had everything because we've been playing the songs for so long. We already kind of had everything down pat, and we're like,
Mhm.
well, we don't want to spend a ton of money, so let's just do this one long day. And we just busted all the drums out,
Oh, yeah.
and
It's awesome.
so it's very raw, which I like. I like that. You can hear that these guys just went to the studio and it's not super overproduced. We just recorded it and it
Yeah.
was all basically just a couple days.
And then Lucas fixed everything.
Yeah, and then our
Yeah.
producer Lucas made us sound good, so that really helped me out.
Yeah. That's all good. What were some of the easiest or the most difficult tracks to write?
I know the easiest.
The easiest one, the easiest one to write. Good point. Was What Do You Think You Know? That was by far. I think that one came together in about 2 seconds.
But was it though? Wasn't really, because this kid is notorious for writing a song and he will have all the words except for the first verse.
I write them
So-
backwards for some reason. I don't know why.
So we had this
Oh.
song done and the first verse was incomplete and we just
Oh,
didn't
okay.
have anything for it, even when we went to record. So on the day that we went to the studio to record the vocals, we didn't have a first verse. So on the way down to Boston, me and him wrote the first verse to that song in the car.
Just going
Wow.
back and forth, like, oh, what do you think about this? Like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, nope, sure, that works.
So that I'd say that
Yeah.
was I think you'd said some of the inspiration for it was when what's his name, like Machine Gun Kelly came out with this pop punk album. We're like,
Oh yeah.
so yeah, and we're
Yeah,
like,
and I was like, and I actually did. I mean, I'm gonna preface with I really, really love that album. Actually, I know
Mhm.
that's kind of like a hot take sometimes, but
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan
No,
of
that's
that
fair.
album. And but I was listening to it and I was like, like this stuff's like it is like pretty like simple, even as far as like pop punk goes, which is already kind of a simple like genre, like music wise.
Right.
And I was like, we're trying like really hard on a lot of these songs to like, do some interesting stuff. I'm like, what if we just made one that's like, let's just throw this against the wall and see what happens.
Yeah, we have
Yeah.
to play it every show.
And now we play it all the time. So,
yeah, I think
Cool.
the hardest song for me was Drowned, because
Oh.
I'd say that that's like the heaviest one that I've written and the heaviest one that's on the album. And I came up with this like weird, intricate-ish, if you could call it intricate, guitar part in the verses.
Yeah.
And then when it came time to like sing it, I was like, oh God, I don't think I could do both at the same
Well, you
time.
wrote it for him to sing.
Oh yeah, I did. I actually was
And
like,
he
Seth,
said
you're gonna
no.
have to sing this song because I don't
and
think I could
didn't
do it.
lie. I don't know.
Yeah,
And
And-
you just said no.
Yeah, but I figured it out. I figured it out.
that's good. Yeah. And what is your favorite song you've written and why?
I think my favorite song that I've written is Autopilot, which isn't on the album. It was the first single that we released after the album. But
Okay.
what's funny is we had that like almost done by the end of when we were recording, but
Mhm.
we just couldn't fit it in. So it's a song that's been around for a while. But I really like that song. It's personal for me, but I think it's also, if you listen to it after you listen to the album, at least for me, when I did and I finished it and listened to it, it was like I can tell that we've gotten better and that I've gotten better as like a songwriter and a musician.
Yeah.
So I think that'd say for me that's my favorite.
Cool.
I think mine is probably Queen City Blues. I think that's like
Okay.
musically, I just think there's like some fun stuff going on in that one.
Yeah.
Like there's like a lot of like fun little things going on in the background of that one.
Mhm.
And I had a lot of fun like cooking that one up when we were
Yeah.
like all in the studio thinking like, oh, what little like lick can we add here or something, that was a
Yeah.
lot of fun. So I think definitely that one. Although there's one that we're working on right now that Tim wrote, and honestly it's probably like my favorite thing that like we've ever
Okay.
done at
Yeah.
all. So I'm
Spoilers.
so excited for that one. But
Cool. That's exciting.
I was gonna say my favorite one now is probably Letting You Go.
Which is another one
Okay.
that's
Another
not
one
released.
that's
Not
not out.
recorded yet.
Yeah.
In a couple weeks it'll be recorded.
Yeah.
But my favorite
Cool.
off the album is definitely Overkill. That was
Okay.
the first song where when we recorded it and heard it in the studio, we actually thought like, all right, we
don't suck.
we don't suck. Yeah, we can do this. Like,
Like,
that
wow.
one, I don't know why. It just hits with me. It's fast. It's fun. It's a
Mhm.
2-minute 50-second song. So
Yeah.
I don't have to
Yeah.
kill myself.
yeah, we have
That's
some
always
long
good.
ones.
Yeah, they like to write long songs.
Yeah. Sometimes you need a little break. That's always good. And what has been your favorite song to play live?
I think my favorite song to play live so far, it's been the last song on the album, Into the Friends Below, Never Fall Out, because we don't really play it a ton anymore, every now and then. But for some reason, like a lot of our friends and family, they just love this song. And there's certain parts where, it kind of gets quieter and you can hear, like we've heard people in the crowd singing along to it. And
Hmm.
that's like a drug on your plan.
Yeah.
Um, I think funny enough because Overkill's not like in my favorites of ones that we have, but I think we like demolish that one live every single time we play it.
We also play everything way faster than we should.
Yeah.
But
Hey,
that one,
that's
that one
punk,
usually
baby.
gets like a good reaction, and I feel like for some reason, when we play that one live, it just always goes really well. So
Yeah.
I like that one.
Cool.
Mine's gonna be Other Shoe.
Really?
Live? Wow.
No, not Other Shoe. Woods Paper Lanterns.
Oh, yeah, the one.
I have a bad
bad
feeling.
feeling about it. We don't even
We
know the
changed the
names, so yeah,
names.
we don't even know.
So many of the songs in the album we had listed as different names before.
For years.
Yeah, for years until like the last second, and then we changed them
Mhm.
to other things. Like I have a bad feeling about this, which I think is the most popular song from the album. That was called Paper Lanterns for like years. Actually, to me
Yeah.
too, we were recording that one. That was like the first point when we were recording that and we were listening back to it. It was like we have something here. This is pretty good.
Yeah.
The phone call from Canada also helped. But
Oh yeah, yeah. Thank you to our French Canadians for playing that on
That's
radio.
right, Quebec City.
Oh,
Thank
cool.
You ever
thank
want
you,
us?
Quebec.
We'll be there.
Nice. And are there any venues you would like to play in the future that are like, it could be big or small, that you just haven't played yet?
I mean, like, so we all live in New Hampshire, but
Mhm.
most of the shows that we go to are Boston based.
Okay.
Um, I would love to someday because I like you could say like the TD Garden or Gillette Stadium, but
Hmm.
I always prefer some of the more smaller, intimate-ish places, like even
Yeah.
Roadrunner in Boston, which is a newer place that
Okay.
awesome, and I'd love to play there someday.
Cool.
Yeah, I think for like I'd like to keep it in like a reasonably attainable sphere as well.
Yeah.
But
I
I
mean, you
think
can dream big. No one's stopping
places
you.
like
Yeah.
that. So sure, I'd say like TD Garden, sure,
Yeah,
but
the moon.
The moon.
but Fenway, but
Spaceship.
even
Oh, yeah.
still, if I could pick anywhere, it would still be like Fenway Park. It wouldn't be like it wouldn't be like SoFi or something in LA. It'd be
Yeah.
over here. But I think for realistic venues, I do say like Roadrunner, Rockwell, Paradise, like House of Blues maybe would be a fun one. MGM.
Yeah.
So
I gotta be friendly with them.
Yeah.
For me, it'd probably be East Gilman.
Real,
Okay.
well, yeah, playing Gilman would be
Gilman Street.
Yeah.
crazy.
That's
Cali.
iconic.
Yeah, that would
yeah,
be.
we'd love to get out there.
That would be the
someday. I've
dream.
never been to California, so
Hmm.
that's a goal.
I've been there once for vacation, but we haven't been to many places in California. We've been to like Joshua Tree and like
That's cool.
we've been to San Diego Zoo and like that's about it. But
Yeah,
yeah.
I just saw their punk scenes iconic. That's where
Yeah.
all of our favorite
So
things come from.
I'd love to go there again sometime, but it's very far away.
Yeah,
I live in Chicago, so it's a long flight.
yeah. I think it's even longer for us.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. But are there any local bands you'd ever want to do a collaboration with?
Ooh, honestly, so
What's local?
4 year strong.
yeah,
4 year strong.
Yeah,
4 year
4 year
strong.
strong.
Worcester. So if you guys ever see this, we love you.
Yeah.
So them.
Yeah, they're like all three of us in the top tier of our favorite bands. I
Yeah.
think I mean I feel like for our style and our songwriting, you hear a, like a mishmash of different pop punk styles. Like he loves Fall Out Boy,
Panic.
like Panic at the Disco. So that like mid 2000s emo-ish pop punk. I love like Green
Mhm.
Day, but I also like some of the like heavier metalcore-ish type of stuff.
Yeah.
Like A Day to Remember and 4 Year Strong.
Oh yeah.
He loves Alice in Chains. I mean, we all
Okay.
and we all
We all
love
love Alice.
we all love all these bands. But I think
Yeah.
songwriting wise, you could hear different. Like you hear a song that he wrote, you could say, "Oh yeah, like Seth wrote that
Yeah.
song," or "Oh yeah,
Like
that's
you hear
Tim
more
wrote
of that
that."
influence in there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, 4 Year Strong. That'd be a
Yeah,
cool
I think
collab.
that's my answer.
Yeah, definitely. Cool. And when is your guys' next show?
Our next show is either the 14th
March
or the 20th.
13th.
Yeah, March
March
13th.
How was I the one that knew that? That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Like a lot of
That's actually insane.
We're playing the 13th at the Mag Pub in Gloucester, and then we're playing the next day at the 14th in Dover.
Auspicious Brew.
Yeah, Auspicious Brew with our friends, House Lights.
Okay, awesome. Cool. And anything else you guys have been working on that you want to talk about?
I mean, we kind of floated a little bit. We're working on a lot of new songs. We have a
Yeah.
lot of new
Okay.
songs. Going into the studio on March 6th and 7th. So
Okay.
have some new stuff underway, record some of the things we've been working on that we're all
Nice.
stoked about.
How are the words looking?
They're all right.
They're all right.
50-50.
They'll get there.
But yeah, we have a lot of fun stuff.
Cool. Are you thinking of releasing it as an EP or just singles for now?
I'm not sure yet because it's like I've always been a fan of albums. Like that's
Yeah,
why
me too.
when we went in. You know, we do have our album. We record it all together. You could tell it was all recorded together. And even
Yeah.
though not all the songs are, it's not like a constant theme. There still kind of is. Like it was all written from the same like time span. But
Mhm.
you know, in this day and age, the algorithm like singles. You know,
Yeah.
but
You get more of a time capsule out of it too.
yeah,
Yeah.
These
so,
3-4 years, what was going on?
So I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Yet. We'll probably release a couple more singles, but I think the end goal is for another full album.
Yeah.
Whether it's we just take because you know we released Autopilot and another song Thoughts and Prayers last year, and those will
Mhm.
probably end up on the next album, whatever it turns out being. But the end goal is an album. I think we'll still
Okay.
keep doing some singles just so the algorithm favors it a bit more.
Right. But yeah.
6.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but I do like
That's-
albums better.
Yeah.
I like it when you can sit down and like listen to a whole thing that was meant to be listened to in a certain order and it just
Yeah.
flows nicely, you know. So, but yeah, and thank you so much, guys, for taking the time to do this interview. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, of course.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for having us.
Yeah, it was nice meeting you guys.
Hey, hello, it's nice to meet ya. Hey, come in and have a slice.